Let's look at the evolution of HR, just to take us a little back into how we got here, and then understanding profit, productivity, people. You know, there are 4 P's in HR. The profit, productivity, people, and then there's the last one. Anybody can guess? Planet. Sustainability. That's the planet. So, and then the HR business disconnect, why HR is often misunderstood. Understanding the new HR model. These are questions that people ask. What do they do in HR itself? We had an assessment center, and I met about 20 potential candidates. Only one person came out as striking. I've said I'm going to do a short video on this to talk about there's really a crisis in our education sector, and there's really a crisis amongst our young people. Yes. Amongst our young people. Very nonchalant, you know, complacent, and they are not, and they feel very entitled. Yes. Very, I mean, someone who resumed. When we're having a leadership session, the head of department, he had a graduate trainee who was rotating past his department. They were barely 3 weeks on the job. And the first thing he told him is that he would like to work, he would like to take every Friday off, work remotely for 2 days in the week, and only come to the office for 2 days. The guy was not looking at him. He said none of his employees do not have that courage. He said the first thing was the audacity for him to walk up to him and demand that. That was number one. And then the second, he now told him, so how will you learn the work? This is a manufacturing company. We are not a service business. We are a production business. You are in supply chain where you are integral to production. So how do you want to do that remotely? He said the guy was looking, that's going to be a challenge. And the guy, later on said, okay, he left. He said he already knew that this one will stay. At the end of that assessment center, the head of engineering, he now looked at me. He said, so now this thing you HR people, they face. I said, what do you mean? He said, I have not seen anybody that ticks the box. I said, Shebi, you used to say, there are people looking for job now. Waiting HR self they do. I said, HR does a lot so that you won't notice it. The day you notice it, then HR is not doing its job. There are so many things you take for granted. On the day your salary should drop, it just drops and you move away. Your taxes, your pension, all of that just happens. Your wife is sick, she picks up her HMO card or whatever, she goes to the hospital, it's just done. There's a lot of paddling under the ground to make that thing happen. And that's why sometimes I tell the guys, when you feel they are becoming complacent with you guys, drop the ball one day and let there be chaos. And then when they come back, tell them, don't worry, I will fix it. And then you fix it for them, and then they come back and they see sanity and peace, and then they come and tell you, thank you, HR. I said, then they will know what you are doing. How do you guys matter? How do you contribute to the bottom line? Should we just do away with HR? That's the in thing now, because everybody is now having AI. And they are thinking, oh, our productivity is definitely going to be enhanced. Let's see how many people will go talk to AI. Why is it that during COVID, much as people claim they love that remote work, but they missed that connectivity that they had with their friends? Yes. They missed it. Humans are meant to be social animals. That interaction is very, very important. So over and beyond, we do performance management, we do this, that I have a listening ear to me is a very, very important part of HR. And that's why now HMOs have employee assistance programs where you need a therapist, you need this. HR used to do all of that. It was because it was killing us that we then had to look for vendors to be able to take on those services. So what do? How do we compute ROI for all of the initiatives? How does HR add value at the table with the CEOs? And then how can we become a lot more strategic?